President Joe Biden has privately denigrated Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his aversion to a ceasefire deal with Hamas, according to officials familiar with Biden's comments, NBC News reported on Monday. Netanyahu is giving him hell, Biden repeatedly said, over a potential ceasefire deal. That's the quote, giving him hell. Although the president's administration has remained relatively supportive of America's close ally compared to international sentiment, Biden has grown increasingly impatient with Israel's counteroffensive against Hamas, which Gaza's Hamas Compromise Health Ministry claims has killed tens of thousands of Palestinian civilians. Biden did say Bibi started off great, but he's been a pain in my ass lately, or he's been killing me lately. One of those things, an informant told NBC. He goes, but he's doing it a service of late. Biden also called Netanyahu an asshole at least 3 times, sources told NBC, and has referred to the prime minister disparagingly as this guy. A spokesman for the National Security Agency said, the president has been clear where he disagrees with Prime Minister Netanyahu, but this is a decades-long relationship that is respectful in public and in private. So, on one hand, we've got the left going after Biden, claiming he's too old, and the left and the Democrats need to shelve him and put someone else forward to run in 2024, I guess, this deranged idea, when meanwhile Biden has had a clean bill of health from doctors that have psychologically evaluated him and everything. And on top of that, you've got the left claiming that he's fully funding and supporting this genocide, when meanwhile Trump has said Gaza would be glass by now if he was president. And yet behind the scenes you've got Biden shit-talking Netanyahu and actively pushing for a humanitarian ceasefire. He has used those words. I genuinely cannot get over how deranged people have been about Biden lately, on the economy, on foreign policy, on just everything. Obviously on social issues, people call Biden a woke anti-white communist on the right. Biden has genuinely been doing the best a Democrat president could possibly do in his position, and has gotten, honestly, not a single lick of credit, which is really worrying when the only other alternative is Trump, who plans to destroy American democracy for good if he wins, and has stated as such in his campaign policy platform, on his website. Go to Project 2025's website. It's not a secret. It's not a conspiracy. It's their website. Go look. It's their website. Go read it. It's either 4 more years of Biden or the shit you can read on Project 2025's website, Trump's campaign promises. It's either that or 4 more years of Biden. And I'm sorry, but I want to go with 4 more years of Biden. I would rather there not be a full descent into fascism in this country. And a lot of lefties say, oh, well, criticizing Biden isn't going to harm his ability to win. It's I'm still voting for him. I'm still supporting him. The problem is that among our demographic, hypers in chat, if you are an 18 to 30-year-old Democrat voter, that includes me. The vast majority of people in your age demographic, those of you hypersing in chat, are not going to vote. They do not feel motivated to vote for Biden when they really fucking need to at least be motivated to vote against Trump. If the election happened today, Trump steals it. Surprisingly easy, based on the current polling. The lack of support for Biden right now, if the election happened today, means that Trump would win and be able to destroy American democracy easy. On top of that, we've got the fact that conservative media outlets are continuously attacking Biden in very dishonest ways for the economy, despite the fact that the economy is currently in a better place than it's been in a really long time. I saw conservatives sharing this around on Twitter and claiming it was this big epic own on Biden, and how this is a clear show that Biden's economy is garbage. This is from CNN Business. The Dow tumbles more than 500 points as hot inflation data stokes fears about higher for longer rates. So the Dow going down is a pretty inevitable result of higher inflation. We just had a financial report come out. It resulted in a lot of panic, as it usually does. People sold like fucking crazy, which means the Dow has dropped a lot. If you are someone who knows the economy, if you are someone who knows economics, even on a very layman's scale like I do, I have a very layman's understanding of economics, to be very clear. I do not claim to be an expert, but what I do know is that this happens all the fucking time. This is the natural result of inflation. It happens every time there is any red arrow on any reports, people panic sell, and things drop. What you should do in response to this is, if you are someone who likes to buy and sell stocks, is now is a good time to buy because the economy is going to bounce back. It's really upsetting to me that right now we're seeing this trend of Biden's economy hitting like 20-year highs in several metrics, and the world sleeping on it. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives him credit for it. You see no increase in his approval rating for it. Yet meanwhile, his economy will hit a 2-week low, and everybody's talking about it. 20-year high, I sleep. 2-week low, we got a fucking riot about this. Biden is destroying the American economy. How has he not caused deflation of the US dollar yet? I've actually seen people saying this in the replies on like conservative propaganda posts, demanding Biden lower inflation, as in deflate the value of the US dollar, or deflate the deflation, as if that's a thing that happens. I think 2024 is more likely to have a repeat of 2016 than any other year. Like, I really think that 2020 was basically guaranteed to be a Biden win. And in that same way, I feel like 2024 is guaranteed to be a Trump win, if that makes sense. There's so little will and motivation to go out and vote from Democrats and young people, while there's so much will to do so from Trump's supporter base. And if he wins, I am truly terrified about what's going to happen to American democracy. And meanwhile, you've got these large lefty accounts that are very, very aggressive and antagonistic towards anybody who is pro-Biden on the left.